vedare Shunijan Raghunagata Pashupaki Chure Nashana vedare Shunijan Raghunagata Samsare Majia Rohili Puriya Sipade Nahi No Asha 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 Apana Karama Bhujaye Samana Kaho he lochana dasa 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 Parama karuna Bahuru Vijana Nitai Gaura Chandra 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajkacharya Stotra Shata Sri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajkacharya Stotra Shata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की all listed assembled devotees, all listed assembled devotees, all listed assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 5, verse number 1. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Agyenapi nirupyate. Agyenapi nirupyate. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Agyenapi nirupyate. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Agyenapi nirupyate. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Yagyenapi nirupyate. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Agyenapi nirupyate. Vande Nantadbhutaishwaryam. Shri Nityanandamishwaram. Yasyechaya tatsvarupam. Agyenapi nirupyate. What word meanings? One day, let me offer my obeisances. Ananta, unlimited. Adbhuta, and wonderful. Aishwaryam, whose opulence. Sri Nityanandam, unto Lord Nityananda. Ishwaram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yasya, whose. Ichchaya, by the will. Tat Swarupam, his identity. Agena, by the ignorant. Api, even. Nirupyate, can be ascertained. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Let me offer my obeisances to Lord Nityananda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose opulence is wonderful and unlimited. By his will, even a fool can understand his identity. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Vitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatare Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Ditanam Pavane Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ma Hare Rama 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 Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Landayate Yat Kripatam Hamde Shri Guru Hare Krishna. Yes, so Nityananda Tridashi is coming up. So that is on Saturday. So thought to discuss about Nityananda Prabhu. And let's prepare our consciousness. So this is a verse in praise in the glory of Lord Nityananda. How he has wonderful opulence. And by his will, even a fool can understand his identity. So generally Lord comes in every yuga. Sambhavami yuga yuga. So he comes in a singular expansion. So we see Varahadev, Narsimhadev, or any other incarnation. He comes alone just to establish dharma or kill the demons. But in the age of Kali, he comes in the form of 5 forms, not just one. So that is a famous verse which all generally chant. Let's repeat it. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 7, verse number 6. So in Kali Yuga, Krishna comes in the form of 5 forms. So what are those? Bhakta Rupa, in the form of a devotee, that is Lord Chaitanya. Swarupakam, Nityananda Prabhu, that is in the expansion of a devotee. And Bhakta Avataram, that is incarnation of a devotee, that is Advaita Acharya. And Bhakta Akyam, known as a devotee, that is Srivasana. And Bhakta Avataram, in the incarnation of a devotee, that is Gadadhar Pandit. Sir, Bhakta Shaktikam, Bhaktakyam is known as the devotee. Namami, I offer obeisance, Bhakta Shaktikam, the energy of the Supreme Lord. That is Gadadhar Pandit. So let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, who has manifested himself in form in five as a devotee, as expansion of devotee, as incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy, Panchatattva. So this is the name which we chant every single day before chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So you offer obeisances unto these five personalities and we chant Hare Krishna mantra. And Nityananda is a Swarupakam, is the expansion of a devotee. So we know that chart. So how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna's first expansion is Balaram. And from Balaram comes Adi Chaturya expansion. Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. And from Sankarshan comes Narayan. And from Narayan comes secondary Chaturveda expansion. And next from Sankarshan comes second in the Chaturveda, second Chaturveda expansion. And then from that Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu. And that Mahavishnu later expands himself as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And from this Garbhodakshay Vishnu expands as Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And from this Kshirodakshay Vishnu comes all the incarnations of the Lord, which we see in the material world. So that is what even Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book introduction. So all the incarnations of the Lord in the material world comes from this Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And we can see the difference from Krishna to Kshirodakshay Vishnu, all the expansion incarnations. And that Balram is the first expansion of Lord Krishna. Actually speaking, there is no difference between Balram and Krishna. So he is also Supreme Personality Godhead, Balram is also Supreme Personality Godhead. But there are few differences, which you all know. So can you please tell me what are the differences between Krishna and Balram? Yes, Krishna is the enjoyer. He is taking the service in the mood of Lord himself. And Balram is also Supreme Personality of Godhead, but is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the mood of service, servant. Another difference? Complexion. So Prabhupada says, so difference is Lord Krishna is in bluish black like a monsoon cloud. And Balram is in white like an autumn cloud. In autumn season, how the white cloud will be there. So that is the complexion of Balram. And Balram serves, he expands his service, assists the Lord in his wonderful pastimes. Balram expands himself as Vrindavan Dham. And in fact, each and every paraphernalia which is in the Vrindavan Dham is Balram itself. That is Lord's clothes, Lord's jewelry, Lord's shoes, Lord's umbrella. So if you take all these things of paraphernalia of the Lord, is the expansion of Lord Balram. For the transcendent pastimes of Lord Krishna, Lord Balram expands in this way. And in the spiritual world, everything is conscious. No one may ask why to expand in this material forms. But in the spiritual world, in the Havandam, everything is spiritual. Everything is conscious. And another way how Balram serves the Lord. So if you see in the incarnations, Ram, Lakshman. In there, Lakshman comes as brother. Next, Balram, Krishna. And Nityananda, Gauranga. So in the last two incarnations, if you see, so Balram is in the superior position. So Balram also serves the Lord in the protecting mood. So Lord Balram protects Krishna. And the same form came Ram Lakshman, Krishna Balram, Gaur Nitai. In Narottam Das Thakur tells, Brajendra Nandana Jaye Sachi Suta Hoilo Sei Balarama Hoilo Nitai. That Brajendra Nandan Krishna comes as Sachi Sutta, that is Gauranga. And same Balram comes as Nithai. And how do they come? So what is their effect in this material world? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudadaye Pushpayanto Chitro Shandau Tamo Nado. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow the benediction upon all. So Lord Gauranga as a sun and Nityananda as a moon. So as a sun, Chaitanya comes and dissipates all that ignorance. And simultaneously, Lord Nityananda as the moon, he arises and gives the cooling breeze, cooling atmosphere to the living entities. That is why the Acharya sing, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Shushitala. Koti Chandra. Lord Nityananda's lotus feet gives the shine or the bliss of the Koti Chandra. Crores and crores of moons. So generally if we take any incarnation in the previous yugas, so Lord and his incarnation, they take just loving, they enjoy this transcendental bliss within themselves. The difference in this particular yuga, Kali Yuga, so Chaitanya and Nityananda comes, they just not enjoy, but they also invite the fallen conditioned souls to take part or to enjoy this transcendental loving affairs. And that is called the Sankirtana movement. So it gives the opportunity for all of us in the age of Kali to participate in this Leela. So Krishna's Rasa Leela is not different from Sankirtan Leela in this age. So talking more about Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu so exactly appeared on 1475, Magha and Trayodashi, that is day after tomorrow. To the parents Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. So Hadai Pandit and Padmavati in the Ekachakradam. So these two personalities for a long time, they are not getting any kid. So one day in the night, in the dream of Padmavati, a sage appeared in the dream. And he told, in the future you'll get a son. He's a Mahapurusha. So Mahapurusha, he can deliver thousands of sinners in his lifetime. So there's a prediction that sage comes in the dream of Padmavati. So you can see the similar prediction even into Srila Prabhupada also. When he was taken birth, when he appeared, all astrologers told the same thing. So in the future, this small boy will open 108 temples all over the world, deliver many sinners. And when Nityananda Prabhu, so we know all the childhood pastimes which Prabhuji described very nicely. So when Nityananda was 12 years old or young, so Mahaprabhu appeared at the same time. And Nityananda Prabhu can get to know about this. And Nityananda with a great ecstasy, he was roaring like anything, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So with this roar, the whole universe was shaking like anything. So this is the description mentioned. And one day, so of course, Nityananda is the life and soul of his parents. So one day a sannyasi approached to their house. And of course, sannyasis come not for begging, but in fact to give the transcendental knowledge to the householders, to deliver them. So in that one day, so sannyas comes and he gives the knowledge. So whenever a sannyas comes to the house, a grihastha should give something. So they asked, so what do you want? At that time, so sannyas can ask whatever they want, and grihastha should give. And in this question, sannyas asked, I want your son. Father also little bit okay, Hadai Pandit, but Padmavati is not able to take this. So Padmavati is saying, please don't take away my dear Nityananda, my life and soul Nityananda. Don't take me away. Don't take me, Nityananda, away from me. But he has to give. So in return, so Nityananda Prabhu gave, this sannyasi gave Muralidhar deity to Padmavati. So this sannyasi told, If you worship properly this Muralidhara deity every single day, you can see your son in this deity. And as told by the sannyasi, the mother Padmavati, with her nice worship, she would able to see the face of Nityananda in the deity of Muralidhar. When she saw that, her heart got completely satisfied. She was completely satisfied and happy. She's not facing any separation from Nityananda because she's able to see Nityananda in the deity of Muralidhar. So similar thing in our life also. So our worship is the holy name. So when you realize or we chant the holy name properly, so then we can feel that satisfaction. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila 17:133. So beautiful shloka. This is Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityamukto Abhinatva Nama Namino. So this shloka says Abhinatva Nama Namine. There is no difference between Krishna and the holy name of Krishna. So when we experience Krishna or when we hear the holy name attentively properly, we also can experience the same satisfaction as Padmavati experiencing here. So saying Krishna in the holy name. So there is another verse which tells, so how a living entity can attain that complete satisfaction of the heart. Which shloka? From Bhagavatam, satisfaction shloka. Yes, first canto, chapter 2, verse number 6. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radokshaje ahaitukiya pratihata yayatma suprasidati. So when one does devotion service with ahaituki and apratihata. Ahaituki means no motivation. And apratihata, without any stoppage. So when one renders devotion service unto the Lord without any motive and 24 hours, then he can experience this satisfaction of the heart, complete satisfaction. And that is what all the living entities are struggling for in this material world. Want to get that happiness, satisfaction of the heart. And when this is not there, people keep roaming here and there. So we get that complete satisfaction when we render pure devotional service unto Lord Shri Krishna. In detail, Rupa Goswami also describes the same shloka in a different way, in more detail. Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam anukulena krishnano shilanam bhaktiruttama. So this is called Uttama Bhakti. Anya abhilashita shunyam. So there should be no material desire. Anya means other. So other means there should be something here. So there should be some desire other than the desires. So what is that desire one should have? The desire to please Guru and Krishna. So when one has this desire and giving up a karma and jnana and rendering devotional service to the Lord without any motive for the pleasure of the Lord, then one gets this satisfaction. And the same satisfaction even Padmavati also experiencing when she is able to witness Nityananda face in the Muralidhara deity. And after sannyas, so after some time when sannyas took Nityananda Prabhu away from the house, so after some time the sannyas also disappeared. And Nityananda continued his traveling. So traveling to various holy places, setting an example how one can become devotee by traveling to various holy places, reciting there and doing devotional service. And after some time, so Sri Nityananda Prabhu met Madhavendra Puri and took initiation from him. Setting an example, even the Supreme Personality Godhead, like Madhavendra Puri, need a spiritual master. Of course, not needed, but setting an example that everyone needs a spiritual master in this world. to progress on the path of bhakti. So same example we can see even as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Ishwar Puri as the spiritual master. Sometimes we may get into this thought, I did not have any spiritual master. I have the scriptures. Everything is there. So I can read by myself and implement by myself and progress on the path of bhakti. But no. So everyone needs a guru. Specifically, everyone needs a living guru to help us in the path of spiritual understanding. Even Krishna himself, when he also came, he accepted a spiritual master, Sandipani Mumi. So same thing, even Nityananda Prabhu setting an example, one needs a spiritual master. So Nityananda Prabhu accepted Madhavendra Puri as a spiritual master. So when he took initiation, he was completely in ecstasy, chanting the holy names of the Lord. So he took initiation while traveling to Pandharpur. And this is a description given in Bhakti Ratnakara. And later on, so Nityananda Prabhu met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. And we know the whole pastime which we heard a weeks before in the Nandana Acharya's house. So there's a little more discussion mentioned here. So when Nityananda Prabhu came, he was residing in Nandana Acharya's house. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was sleeping. So suddenly woke up in the mood of Balram. And he's shouting, please give me liquor, get me liquor, get me liquor. So that is the mood of Balram. And he's thinking, what happened to Chaitanya? So he was, Srivas Thakur is thinking in this way. Of course, that liquor is honey. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, get me liquor. And she was telling is in this way. So Lord, what liquor, what nectar you want? You already distributing, you have already this nectar in the form of the holy name, in the form of Krishna Prema. Now you just want to spread it more. Then Mahaprabhu told, to spread this nectar of Krishna Prema, I need Nityananda. I need Nityananda. And the whole pastime cut short. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Nandanacharya's house and both met each other. They hugged each other. With that ecstasy, they fainted. So at that moment, to get them back to the consciousness, Gadadhar Pandit so recites this sloka. So 10:21:5. So this is one of the slokas after hearing which Shukadeva Goswami became a devotee. Anyone would like to guess? So it's about the beauty of Lord Krishna. Amazing shloka, please repeat. Barha pedam natavarapo karnayo karnikaram bibhratvasah kanakakapisham vaijayanti chamalam randran venuradara Sudaya Purayan Gopavrinde Vrindaranyan Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirtihi. Wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, blue karnikara flowers on his ears, a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and the Vaijayanti garland, Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. He filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, and the cowherd boys sang his glories. So after reciting this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to consciousness once again. Again they met, again they fainted. Again everyone chanted Hare Krishna mantra. Again they got back. So it's an unlimited, wonderful pastness, which is quite difficult to understand. And then Mahaprabhu told this statement. Now I have found that thief who stolen my heart. And that is you, O Nityananda. Now I'll keep you in my custody. I'll not leave you now. And later, so preaching movement started. So I heard in a lecture. So Mahaprabhu's speech is preaching to the elite community. So great personalities in the society. So that is Mahaprabhu is teaching to Saram Bhattacharya, a great scholar, Ramananda Rai, Prakashananda Saraswati, So Mahaprabhu teaches to the elite community of the society. But Nityananda Prabhu, he goes to the general public, anyone and everyone, he delivers. So that's why Nityananda Prabhu is mentioned is even more glorious, is even more merciful. So one day, so Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur were instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to each and every house and preach the moment of Krishna consciousness. So from that day, the preaching movement started. Both Haridas and Nityananda, so they'd go to house and preach the moment of Krishna consciousness. And when they would get various replies from the house, it seems. Sometimes they would just shoo them away, they'll not take up. So this is the first time which I heard. So whenever Nityananda goes, if someone is not accepting the bhakti process, he would tell it since. He would go inside the house, I'll roll all over your house and he will break all the furnitures. And Nityananda Prabhu would do it. When all the furnitures are broken, they will okay, no problem, I'll chant Hare Krishna. Okay. They will chant. And Nityananda Prabhu would go to next house. So in this way, every day they would go out, preach, and evening they would come and they would give the report to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is what the preaching done till now. So like this on the way, so they met two great personalities whose names are Jagai and Madai. So they're really a nectarian pastime. So how many times you ever hear or discuss? Would like to hear again and again, again and again. Of course, if we put myself in that position, it's very glorious for me, at least that I can deliver myself by hearing the glorious pastimes of deliverance of Jagai and Madai. So Jagai and Madai, so they were fighting, both of them each other. So Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, on a daily preaching tour, they are going. So they saw the huge number of people surrounding, and in between there is a huge chaos going on. So they're not able to see what's going on there. So just like we are also very curious sometimes. So when there are a huge crowd of people gather, we'll see what's happening there. I also want to go and see. What they get this curiousness. Even Nityananda Haridas also got this curiosity. What's happening there? So when they went, they saw these two great personalities, hefty personalities fighting. And they asked, who are these personalities? Then the residents told. So these two personalities, Jagai and Madai, actually they are known as Jagadananda and Madhavananda. So these are actually a nice Brahmanas. So they are coming the proper Brahmana family. But because of bad association, so they would commit all the sinful activities. And there is no sinful activity they would not commit. They would put the houses on the fire, they would rape women, they would eat non-vegetarian, they would drink alcohol, all sinful activities they would do very nicely. So at that time, Nityananda Prabhu thought, so these are the two nice prospects of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. If these two personalities get delivered, then the glory of my Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will spread everywhere. So this is the mood of Nityananda. So when he decided, when he thought, then Haridas Thakur told, oh Nityananda, since you thought of this, these two personalities are already got delivered. So you can see the mood of Nityananda here. So his mood is how to increase the glory of Chaitanya. So similar lesson we also can apply in our life also. So how to increase the glory of our parampara. So if we practice bhakti very nicely, if we preach very nicely, so finally when asked, who devotee is this? What is his name? From which temple is coming? Whose council is he? Which parampara is coming from? Which organization is coming from? So if we do sincere and nice, pure devotion service, automatically without preaching, automatically the glory of our superiors will increase. So there's a nice lesson which we can learn from Nityananda Prabhu also. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu taught. And on the same day, they went Nityananda Haridas. So in fact, Nityananda Haridas doesn't have any inclination to preach, but Nityananda is forcing. Haridas also, come with me. Let's go. So Nityananda came and told Jagai and Madai, so please accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. Please chant Hare Krishna mantra. And after hearing this, they got completely furious. And both of them ran behind Nityananda Haridas to kill them. And Nityananda Haridas, they're running in a very fast way to save their lives. And it is mentioned, Jagai and Madai, so they're very hefty personalities. They couldn't run for a long time. They stopped. And they have a lot of anger now, length of anger. They don't know what to do now. They left away, they escaped. So they started fighting each other. And Nityananda Haridas, so they were very thin personalities. They were running. So on the way while running, they're having a discussion. So Haridas is telling, you Nityananda, you're such a mad person. Anyone think of going and preaching to these personalities? And Nityananda in reply is telling, I am not a mad person. He is that mad person who gave us this instruction. He will go and tell this moment, tell this preaching moment, Krishna conscious, take chanting of Hare Krishna to anyone and everyone. He is that mad person, not me. Since they said they're having a nice conversation while running. So evening they came, they gave the report to Chaitanya. So this is what the report. And Chaitanya became very furious. Who are these two personalities? I want to kill them. They dared try to kill you, Nityananda. Then Nityananda told, oh Lord, don't take it seriously. You came in the form of Chaitanya to deliver the fallen conditioned souls, not to kill. You have to kill their demonic tendency. So Chaitanya understood the mood of Nityananda now. So Nityananda decided that he will deliver these two personalities. And Chaitanya also told, Tadastu, maybe in this way. So Nityananda thought it, so their deliverance is assured. So similarly, some superior should take as a project. So if our superiors think, so I have to help this particular devotee in his advancement and devotional service. So when they think in this way, for our betterment, so definitely we'll advance in devotional service. And next day again they went on the way. Again Nityananda Prabhu again started preaching to Jagai and Madai. Now he's not running away. So on that way, on that position, situation, so in their hands there is a pot in which there is alcohol. So when Nityananda Prabhu tell again to Jagai and Madai, please accept Krishna as supreme, please chant Hare Krishna, make your life successful. When he preached in this way, so Madai took the pot and threw on the head of Nityananda Prabhu. And the pot broke in and the blood started oozing down. And it's mentioned the whole body of Nityananda was completely imbibed with the blood. But still Nityananda said, no problem. Still he continued his preaching. So simultaneously the news spread to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Devotees went and told. So this is what happening is. Now Madai took one more pot to throw once again on the head of Nityananda Prabhu. So at that time Jagai's heart got melted. And he's telling Madai, Madai, what are you doing? Look at him. He's an avaduta. Even though he's troubling him, still he's not telling anything. He's not becoming angry. So please stop. Please stop. So by that time, Lord Chaitanya arrived at the place. So looking at the bloodshed on the body of Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya became even more furious now. Then he called out, Chakra, Chakra, to kill both the Jagai and Madai. And at that time, Nityananda fell at the feet of Chaitanya and telling, oh Lord, Madai, so when Madai is about to beat me again, Jagai stopped. Jagai stopped him. And Mahaprabhu told, Jagai, you stopped? Very nice. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood him up and hugged Jagai and gave him Krishna Prema. At that time, Jagai is able to experience that Krishna Prema. And to that Jagai, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested the 400 form of Vishnu and is able to see the full opulence of Krishna with the 4 hands holding Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And Madai, Jagai's heart got transformed. He's able to see that bliss. And simultaneously, Madai is here. He's looking at all this past and what's happening here. Then he told the Lord, "Oh Lord, what's happening here? Anything we do together. And you give mercy to me, you're not giving to me. What is this? Not fair. This is not a fair game. Please give me also the mercy." And Lord told, "See, if at all you trouble me, still I can give mercy. But you troubled my devotee." So Lord Nityananda's body is even more precious than my own body. And you hurted Nityananda, so I will not give you mercy. They started begging again, "Please forgive." Then Mahaprabhu told, "So you hurted my Nityananda. If at all Nityananda forgives you, then okay, I can give ready to give mercy to you." Then Madai fell at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu and seek for forgiveness. And Nityananda forgave him. And later, Nityananda also got mercy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave mercy to Madai. And both of them got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. And immediately, all the sins, what they have done, all the anarthas completely destroyed from their heart. And they are in a complete ecstasy in chanting the glories of the Lord, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So after that, Madai was feeling very, very bad in his heart. After understanding the position of Nityananda, she's seeking forgiveness. What can you do? So Nityananda Prabhu gave few instructions, couple of instructions in fact. He told, every single day you chant 2 lakh names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And you build a ghat where all the devotees can come and take the bath in Ganges. And whenever devotees come, you clean their feet, wash their feet. So this is the service to Jagai and Madai every single day. They would chant 2 lakh names, and whenever devotees come to take bath in the Ganges, they would wash their feet. So you can look at the transformation of Jagai and Madai here. So by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, everyone's heart can be changed. And Prabhupada says, in the age of Kali, everywhere there are Jagais and Madais. So if one takes the mercy of Chaitanya Nityananda, so he can be delivered. And that is what the bhajan we have sang. Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Sabavatara Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. So Lochandas is telling the 2 lords, Nitai Gaura Chandra, are very merciful. So they are the essence of all the incarnations. And how many incarnations did the Lord took? Unlimited incarnations. Amongst all the incarnations, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda are the essence of all the incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. If you take any yuga, the process is very, very difficult. But in this yuga, the process is very blissful. What is the blissful process? Now with the bhakti. And very blissful. Chant Hare Krishna, dance. Chant Hare Krishna, avoiding offenses. That condition is always applicable. So if anyone chants Hare Krishna mantra without offenses, he gets the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda. And he gets Krishna Prema, which is the ultimate goal of life. So after the whole pastime, so in Madhya Leela, the description comes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes sannyas in Katwa in 1510 on January 14. That is on the day of Makara Sankranti. There are few lessons can be learned from this pastime, Chaitanya and Nityananda. So when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, so he decided himself. So now I'll go to Vrindavan and be in the mood of Radharani, experience the bliss. And he decided, and he is going also. But Nityananda Prabhu has some other plan for Chaitanya. So while he is going on the way, So Nityananda Prabhu told there are a few children on the way. So they told children. So if Chaitanya comes and asks you, so which is the way of Vrindavan? You don't tell the actual way. Don't divert him this way. You show him the Ganga and divert him. And Chaitanya came and asked the children, which is the way to Vrindavan? Then as told by Nityananda, so the children told, this is the way. And Chaitanya's path got diverted. And he was swimming in the Ganga river. He is thinking that is Yamuna. So while coming, he could see Advaita Acharya also. And he asked Chaitanya, Advaita, what are you doing in Vrindavan? Advaita told, oh Lord, this is not Vrindavan, this is Shantipur. Then Mahaprabhu understood, oh Nitai, you diverted me, you cheated me. So one nice lesson which I heard, so I thought to share here. Sometimes we also have many plans in our life which we want to execute. But the Lord has different plans for us. So at that time, we should not be discouraged. So in our life, we can experience like this. All of us has experience for sure in our life. We have some plans. When those plans are not executed, new plans come up. So we should not get frustrated. So even in the service of the Lord also. So we may have various plans, but the Lord may have the different plan for us to get his service done. So after some time, so Chaitanya, after taking sannyas, he was on the path. So later, the whole pastime. So Sachimata tells Mahaprabhu, you please stay in Jagannath Puri, Neelachal. So while going on the way to Neelachal, so Chaitanya is accompanying with the Nityananda Prabhu. So Chaitanya stopped at a place called Kamalapura. So in Kamalapura, there is a temple called Lord Shiva temple is there. And Lord Shiva is known as Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. So he's the greatest of all the Vaishnavas. He went there. They have their own personal relationship. He went to take darshan. Keeping the danda aside, so he gave to Nityananda Prabhu, that danda. So at that time, Nityananda Prabhu took that danda. He's telling to this danda. He's speaking to danda. Hey, you danda, you're so bold, so arrogant. So Lord Chaitanya is the life and heart of all the living entities. And you are riding on the shoulder of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is not proper. So he broke the danda into 3 pieces and threw it away. And Lord Chaitanya came and asked, where is my danda? And Lord Nityananda told, I broke down your danda and threw it away. And Lord Chaitanya decided that you go back to Navadvip. I'll go to Puri alone. You don't follow me. So Vaishnavas tell that. So there is a discussion happening. So Mahaprabhu is telling, this danda, in this danda, all the demigods stay here. And Nityananda Prabhu is telling, oh Lord, you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How can the demigods be on your shoulder? I cannot see this. And Vaishnava tell this, in this danda, there is a Krishna prema flowing in the whole danda. So Nityananda Prabhu broke that danda and spread that Krishna prema everywhere. Hari bol. And later, so Lord Chaitanya goes to the South Indian Yatra and he comes back to the Neelachal and instructs Nityananda, oh Nityananda, you please enter into the Grihasthashram and preach in the Navadvip area. So Gauranga is setting a great example how a sannyasi or a renunciant should live his life. And Nityananda Prabhu set an example how a grihastha should live his life as a proper devotee in the grihasthashram. They are setting a great example of this. That's why we have Gauranga Sabha, Nityananda Sabha. In Pune we have this. So it's mentioned in Chaitanya Chaitamrit. So Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Leela during his pastimes, he is always there in 4 places. So first, he is there in Sachi's house. He is always present. Second, he is always there in Srivas Angan, in the house of Srivas Pandit. And thirdly, he's always there in the house of Raghav Pandit. And finally, Lord Chaitanya is always present wherever Lord Nityananda is dancing. So in these 4 places, Lord Chaitanya is always available. He's always present, in fact. So you can understand the merciful nature of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. They are ready to deliver all the fallen conditioned souls. So I'd like to end discussion with a small statement of Srila Prabhupada in a lecture. So he tells on January 27th in 1970. So he's telling Nityananda Prabhu approached Jagai and Madai at the risk of being personally injured, and still he delivered them. The world is full of Jagais and Madais, especially drunkards, women hunters, meat eaters, gamblers. We have to approach them at the risk of insult, injury, and similar other rewards of life. To face such reverse conditions of life and suffer thereby the results of action is considered the greatest penance and austerity in the matter of spiritual life. So if at all we want to get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, or if we want to serve the Nityananda Prabhu, so we have to serve the mission of Sankirtan. So then we can get the mercy of Nityananda and get delivered from this material world. And of course, the Nityananda is a Guru Tattva who is represented in the Guru Tattva. And all the spiritual masters in our line, so they are the representing Nityananda Prabhu. So if we want to serve the Nityananda Prabhu, so we have to serve our superiors, we have to serve the spiritual masters. And that is what we are saying every single day. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes at the line of every stanza, Vande Guru Shri Charana Ravindam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasada na gati kutopi. Dhyayanstuvam tasya yasastri sandhyam vande guru Shri Charana Ravindam. So to get the mercy of Lord, so we need the mercy of a Guru. So when we get the mercy of a Guru, so we get the mercy of all Parampara, Nityananda and Chaitanya. So when we get the mercy of Nityananda and Chaitanya, we can understand the pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And then our life will be completely successful. So with this, I would like to conclude the discussion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Since it's a pastime, hope there will be no questions. Any questions?
So what I heard is Jananpur used to beg a fall that he sang. This thing I first time I heard he used to go inside the house and beg it. Isn't that he's forcing them to chant? So we yesterday also mentioned that God doesn't force someone to do things like this.
So this pastime also is for the first time that he goes inside the house and does this. And yes, he is the Lord also, and he is also a devotee. So devotee forces us. So yenakena prakarena. So some way or the other, so he wants to help the people to come to Krishna consciousness. This pastime, the other pastime is in Bhakti Ratnakar. Means Nityananda Prabhu taking sannyas from Madhavendra Prabhu. So that pastime is here. This I heard it, I don't know exact reference. This. So this is my understanding.
Lord showed his 400 pound. So I heard that the Lord showed only 3%. 400 pound.
So that is not 400 form. That is, I think it's 600 form. 600 form only 2 these personalities, which you mentioned. So here 400 form, that is 600 form. श्री श्री गौर निताय की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की।